A very good morning, children. Welcome back to the science class, session number 63. I gave you a very simple homework to draw the pictures and to write whatever is given in the textbook. Figure number 6. It's very simple homework now to draw these pictures and to write this meters and centimeters. But many of the children are asking what is the homework, teacher. That means you are not listening to the class. Please listen to the class once and twice if you are not able to understand. And I am telling very slowly. If you have any doubts in the lesson, you can ask me personally. And go through the video and find out the homework. And make sure that when you are doing homework, you must learn that homework. Not simply just writing. And when you are sending me, please mention your name. Many of the students are not mentioning the names. Especially 6th class boys. Why is that you are not sending the homeworks, children? In every class I am asking you to send the homework, but 6th class boys are very neglecting. So don't do this. At least from today onwards, make sure that you have to do the homeworks. Now we'll continue page number 126. How do you select a suitable instrument to measure length? Now we want to measure the length. Then how do you select the correct instrument? Is it a scale or is it a tape or anything? We'll see now. If you want to measure the thickness of an eraser, which of the instruments shown figure number 7 is more suitable and why? Now if you want to measure the thickness of the eraser, which instrument you will take? Scale, roll tape or normal tape? Sometimes we may need to measure long distances like length and breadth of school playground or agricultural fields or distance between our house to school. Distance between one town to another town and even longer distances such as those between one country and another country. Sometimes we have to measure the distances between your classrooms, between your houses, between your surroundings or from one village to another village. When you go on a travel, you can see that Hyderabad is near 200 kilometers, Mumbai is 500 kilometers. So they have calculated the distance and we are following that one. So how do you calculate this distance? Can we measure these lengths using the instrument shown in? Can we measure these kilometers distance with the help of the scale and the roll and the tape roll? Is it possible? No. If not, how are these distance measured? What instruments are used? Is there any other way to measure very large distance? Discuss with your friends, parents and teachers to know the answer. Yes. So, we cannot calculate all the distances with the help of this tape or a roll tape or scale because it will take a long time. Is it not? If I ask you to measure the playground of your school, will you take a scale and you will go it? No, it's very difficult. So what we will do? If we'll measure the length and we'll measure the breadth, then it is very easy to find out the distance of the area of a playground. So it is not possible to find the distance with the help of this tape and scale. If it is a very small, we can measure with the scale. But according to the distance, it depends upon the area and the distance. The measuring instrument depends upon the area and the distance. Meter is not a convenient unit for measuring largest distance. So here we have learned only the centimeters and meters, no? So this is not the convenient. That means it is not convenient for us. It is not possible for us to take these scales and to measure the large distance. We need to define a larger unit to measure larger distance. If you want to find the largest area, then we have to take larger measurement. We use kilometer as a larger unit of length. So when you are trying to find out the distance of a larger unit, then we will measure it in kilometers. 1 kilometer is 1000 times longer than a meter. We have seen the meter, no, on a tape. If you make it 1000 times, and then it will become a kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Once and twice I am repeating. This is very important. Many of the children doesn't know. 1 kilometer. Km means 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. km means kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 kilometers. Next, short form of meters is m. Short form of kilometer is km. Okay. How do we measure? Activity number 2, page number 127. How do you measure the height of your classmate using a meter scale? Classmate, your friend, the person who is sitting beside you in the class is known as classmate. How do you measure the height of that person? Ask your classmate to stand with or her back against a wall. Make a mark on the wall exactly above her head. Like this. You ask your friend to stand to the wall. Now measure the distance from the floor to this mark on the table. He is standing on the floor now. From floor to here, you have to measure. Let all other students measure this length in a similar way. Record your observation in your notebook. Study carefully the measurements reported by different students. So, many of the students are there in the classroom. All students can measure the height. Do you all have the same readings of measurements? Even though you are using same tape, do all the students will have the same measurement of height? No. What could be the reason for the differences? In the above activity, though the measurement was done using a standard scale, results may be close to each other but not exactly equal. So, all the students were standing at the same place and the same scale is used to measure, even though the height difference reading will be different. Why? Because not marking the point exactly at the top of the head. Maybe you are not pointing exactly on the top of the head, exactly here. So in this level we have to mark. Maybe some of the students are not pointing properly. Not using the meter scale in a proper manner. Maybe you are not using the meter scale in a proper manner. That means it may be not straight or something. And one more difference is that they have not yet. Some children are very high in the class and some children are very low in the height, right? So it will be one more difference. To measure the lengths accurately using the standard measuring instruments like meter scale, centimeter scale and tape, etc., we should take some precautions. So when you are using these instruments like meter scale, centimeter scale or tape, we have to follow some precautions. What are those precautions? We'll see. How to measure length accurately with a meter scale. In our day-to-day work, we use a wooden or plastic scale to measure the lengths. Suppose something is given to you in the classroom to measure, immediately you will take a wooden scale or plastic scale or iron scale to measure. It is marked or graduated in centimeters and millimeters. Yes, our scale is always marked in a meters, centimeters, no? In this way, your plastic scale or wooden scale or iron scale is measured. It is marked in a centimeters and meters. Suppose we are asked to measure the length of a table, we will take a meter scale. The table is very small now, so you can measure it with the help of a meter scale. The 0 mark on the scale is made to coincide with one end of the table and the reading at the point which is coinciding with the other end of the table is given. Since a meter scale has some thickness, we may make an error if the eye is not correctly positioned. The correct position of the eye is B, which is vertically above the end where the reading is to be taken. So, if you are asked to measure the measurement of a table, we will take a meter scale. But when you are using this meter scale, we have to take some precautions. That you can see in the picture A, B, three children are taking the measurement of the scale, and those who are standing at the edges of the table may not get the accurate measurement. The person who is standing in the middle like B will get the correct measurement. Why? Because they are standing in the middle and the position of the eye is correct. Those who are standing at the A side and C side, the position of the eye is vertical. So you may get wrong calculation. So for this, when you are using the meter scale, you have to make sure that you have to follow some precautions, like the one who is standing in between B, the eye position is very straight and you'll get accurate measurement. The one who is standing at the A side and the C side will get not correct measurement because they are vertical. So in this way we have to follow the instructions when you are using a meter scale. Now, precautions while using a meter scale. We must take the following precautions while using a meter scale for measuring length. So when you are going to measure the length with a meter scale of a table, what are the precautions you are going to take? The scale should be placed exactly along the length to be measured. Now we are going to measure the length of this, then you have to place the scale on this particular area. 0 point on the scale should coincide with the starting point of the length to be measured. So this is the starting point of the table, and here you have to keep the 0 mark, that is marked on a scale. Next, our eye must be vertically above the point of coincide of scale where the measurement is to be taken. That is the figure number B. In this way you have to stand. Ensure that the ends of the scale are not worn out. That means sometimes you will bite the scale now, or it will be cut off. Not like that. It should be very neat and clean. Measure the length of an object more than 2 times and then take the average of these measurements for accuracy. Think what can you do to know a scale is accurate or not. How can we measure a small thickness? This is all about to measure the length of a table or anything by using a meter scale. Ensure that the ends of the scale are not worn out. That means here sometimes you'll bite the scale or you'll play with the scales, and the ends should not be worn out. That it should be very neat. Measure the length of an object more than 2 times and then the average. Take the average of these measurements for accuracy. So when you are measuring the length of the object, you have to measure once and twice. Then you have to take the average. Maybe sometimes you are getting the differences when you are measuring the same table with the same measurement scale. For that purpose, if you are getting once and twice difference, again and again you have to measure and you have to take the accurate measurement. Now, how can we measure a small thickness? Next point is, how can we measure a small thickness? Can you accurately measure the thickness of a cover page of your textbook or a coin using the scale? If you want to measure the thickness of a page of a notebook or coin, it is not possible to directly use a scale. Let us look at the method to measure the thickness of a coin. Suppose you want to measure the thickness of a page, cover page, or the measurement of this textbook, the thickness of this textbook, or a thickness of a coin. So how do you measure? It is not possible directly to use a scale. So let us look at the method to measure the thickness of a coin. How do we measure the thickness of a coin? Measuring activity number 3, they have given how to measure the thickness of a coin. Take about 10 1 rupee coins of same size and place them on one upon the other as shown in the figure number 11. Measure the total thickness with a scale and then divide it by the number of coins to get the thickness of one coin. In the same way, try to measure the thickness of a page of your textbook. We generally use a scale to measure the lengths which are in a single straight line, like the length of a room, length of a table, etc. There are certain situations where the lengths are in curved line, like the perimeter of a bucket, perimeter of a tawa or kadai, etc. So this is next one. Okay. Today we learn how to measure the thickness of the coins. So suppose you have taken a coin. This is the coin. So you have to take 10 coins and you have to place one on another. One upon another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you have placed the coins one upon another. Now take the scale and just keep here. Here the 0 point starts. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This means 5 centimeters. 10 coins is equal to 5 centimeters. Now if you want to know the length of one coin, that means one coin is equal to how much? Then what you have to do? You have to divide 5 by 10. That means 0 point. So 0.5 is the 0.5 so 0.5 millimeter is the measurement of one coin. length. Okay, so this is all for today. So for only at least one coin if you take and measure, you cannot get 0.5 millimeter. Only ఒక్క coin thickness 0 points లో ఉండేది మనం scale లో calculate చేయలేం. For that purpose you have to take 10 coins, then you have to divide, then you will be knowing the measurement of one coin. Suppose this one we have got the 10 centimeters. Okay, then here 10 coins is equal to 10 centimeter. One coin is equal to how much? Then 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1. That means one coin is equal to 1 millimeter. Okay, 1 centimeter. Here you get 1 centimeter. In this way you have to calculate the measurement of the thickness of a textbook. Now suppose you cannot calculate the measurement of one paper, then you take the total book, then you measure with the scale. You may get 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters full thickness of one textbook. Okay, then one paper is equal to how much? Then how you will divide? Suppose here the textbook is having 100 pages. Okay, 100 pages, then 100 pages should be divided by 20. That means you get the 50. So 50 centimeters, then 50 millimeters will be the thickness of one page. Okay, in this way you have to calculate the thickness of this textbook, single paper or single coin. This is all about today. Your homework is to write the precautions while using a meter scale from the textbook. Draw the table, scale, then write these 5 precautions that you have to take while using a meter scale. This is the homework children. Learn and write neatly. Mention your name. Thank you.